Hello everyone and welcome to the first ever video on ALTV Arcade, the new gaming focused channel from ALTV. Today I'll be doing my predictions for Wave 6 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. I wanted to get this done now as there will likely be a Nintendo Direct soon, which will showcase at least some of the tracks in Wave 6. So let's get straight into this. So before we get into the predictions, it's important to note that there have been several leaks that have helped people predict tracks in the past. I'm not going to go into them here, but just know that because of them, Wave 6 is believed to have 2 Tour City tracks, 2 GCN tracks, 2 Tour Nitro tracks, 1 Wii track, and 1 SNES track. With that out of the way, let's get into the first prediction. So for the first track of the Acorn Cup, just like with every other cup in the BCP, it'll probably be a Tour City track. And as of now, there's only 2 left in Mario Kart Tour that are not in the BCP. Those being Roma Vanti and Madrid Drive. So which one do I think will be the first track of the Acorn Cup? I think it will be Madrid Drive. This is probably the hardest choice to make in this entire video as both of these city tracks could fit here. But I decided to go with Madrid because it has more of a bright and upbeat atmosphere, which I don't think is very fitting for the final cup of the BCP. The third variant of Madrid Drive hasn't been released yet in Tour, although its layout has been leaked. From the looks of things, all 3 variants will have the same start point. So I predict that lap 1 will be Madrid Drive 1, lap 2 will be Madrid Drive 3, and lap 3 will be Madrid Drive 2. This next track is where things get complicated. Remember how I said there will be 2 GCN tracks in Wave 6? Well, I believe that this is not actually going to be the case. Let me explain. There are only 3 GCN tracks in Tour that are not in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, with no more being planned as far as I know. These tracks are DK Mountain, Dino Jungle, and Mushroom Bridge. There are 2 reasons I think only one of these can get in. The first is because DK Mountain and Dino Jungle share the same music and both have a jungle theme, meaning it's likely only one of them could get in. The other reason is that I believe that Mushroom Bridge is a bit too simple and easy for a Wave 6 track. Not to mention that we already have 3 other traffic courses in the BCP, so there's really no need for another. I get into which GCN course I think will be in Wave 6 later, but what I want to focus on now is what course will replace one of the GCN tracks. There are several tracks that this could be, but I'm going to go with one which is probably an unlikely choice, that being 3DS Rosalina's Ice World. I decided to choose this track as it fits well with the time I expect this wave to release, which is winter. Also, with it being the second track of the Special Cup in Mario Kart 7, I think it being the second track of the Acorn Cup works quite well. Some may think that this track clashes with GBA Snowland, but considering we have 2 very similar looking desert tracks and 3 traffic courses in the BCP already, I don't think this will be much of an issue. Also, this track sets itself apart from Snowland as it has an underwater section, as well as being themed around Super Mario Galaxy. For the third track of the Acorn Cup, I decided to choose GCN DK Mountain. Some of you are probably already thinking, but the sign in Coconut Mall said Dino Jungle. Yeah, well another sign said Vanilla Lake, and spoiler alert, I don't think Vanilla Lake is coming to Wave 6. Also, I just think that DK Mountain is more fitting for Wave 6 as it's more difficult and it's a fan favourite. As long as it always seems to be the third track in a cup, I think it fits well here. For the fourth and final track of the Acorn Cup, I predict that one of the 2 Tour Nitro tracks will be here, and I've decided to go with Piranha Plant Cove. I think that this track fits well as the final track as I seem to remember it being fairly challenging, and this theming also suits a final track. Unlike other Tour Nitro tracks, Piranha Plant Cove actually has 3 variants. I predict that lap 1 will be Piranha Plant Cove 1, lap 2 will be Piranha Plant Cove 2, and lap 3 will be Piranha Plant Cove 3. Alright. That's the Acorn Cup done. Now onto the Spiny Cup. For the first track, you already know what it's going to be. It is of course Roma Vanti from Mario Kart Tour. I think this track fits the Spiny Cup better than Madrid Drive, as the track is overall more challenging, and the darker, more dramatic atmosphere fits a final cup more than the bright, lively atmosphere of Madrid Drive. As for the layout, as with Madrid Drive, the third variant of Roma Vanti has yet to be released in Mario Kart Tour. But its layout has been leaked, so I believe lap 1 will be Roma Vanti 1, lap 2 will be Roma Vanti 3, and lap 3 will be Roma Vanti 2. For the second track, I have decided to go with the second of the two tall nitros, that being Piranha Plant Pipeline. God, I hate that name. Why can't they have just used the Japanese name of Pipe Canyon instead? Anyway, I know some might think this track doesn't fit a Final Cup due to how it looks, but I think its creativity alone makes it be worthy of being in the Spiny Cup. And yes, I know the Piranha Plant Pipeway also has you driving through giant warp pipes, but this track actually makes you feel like you're driving through them, and has half pipes and even a section where you can choose which pipe to go through. So I think it stands out enough. I predict that the third track will be SNES Bowser Castle 3. I know some of you are probably thinking this is an odd choice. After all, this isn't a particularly complex track, especially compared to other Bowser Castle tracks. However, I have several reasons for putting this track here. The main reason being that this track's remake and tour was clearly made with Deluxe in mind. There's much more elevation than Tour's other SNES remakes, and even a section which looks like an anti-gravity section. And since there's still one SNES track supposedly coming to Wave 6, this seems like the most likely one to make it in. As for why it's third, well, that's because Bowser's Castle tracks are typically third in each game's special cup, which is usually the last cup in the game, so I think placing this track third fits pretty well. As for the fourth and final track of not only the Spiny Cup, not even just Wave 6, but also the entire Booster Course Pass, you already know. It can only be Wii Rainbow Road. Yeah, you probably all saw this coming a mile away, but there's a reason everyone else is predicting this. Well, aside from the leak saying the last track is from Mario Kart Wii. Wii Rainbow Road is one of the most iconic and beloved tracks in the entire series, something I completely agree with. It only makes sense for it to close out the BCP. Oh, but Nintendo, if you do add this track, don't make it one lap like it was in Tour, okay? Oh, and add the ramps back here. And make it look a bit brighter. And remove some of the rails. Basically, don't fuck it up, Nintendo. So that's my predictions for Wave 6. I'm also predicting we'll be getting a Nintendo Direct soon, which, while it likely won't reveal the entire wave, it will at least prove whether or not I got some of these right. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Oh, right, yeah, the characters. Diddy Kong and Pauline. Yeah.